Hello everybody, my name is Zoe Rebekah. Welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be all about healthy coping skills. Coping skills, ways of coping or dealing with struggles or just life and your health and just, things that are healthy for you to do when you need to feel a little bit better or a lot of it better. Either or works. Obviously, I assume most people know that there are healthy ways to cope with things and unhealthy ways to cope with things. I'm not going to give you too many unhealthy because I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but unhealthy coping skills would be like fighting with people or hurting yourself or hurting others, stuff like that. Stuff that's just it's not gonna fix anything in the long term. You're not gonna feel better, you're gonna feel worse. It's just unhealthy. That's why they're unhealthy coping skills, or they're negative coping skills. And then there are healthy ones, which I want to provide you with some of those in this video. Obviously, this is including but not limited to. There are many ways, and everybody's different. There are individual people where certain coping skills work for them, and then that coping skill may not work for another person. But I just want to give you guys some ideas, and if you want any more videos with even more, then I'll let you know. But this is stuff that I like to do and what I've found works for me, and I struggled with finding coping skills that have worked for me. Sometimes it can be really hard for me to just find something that actually works, but and sometimes obviously it's something that I'm still working on, haven't completely figured it out yet, but once I have figured it out, I will of course let you guys know, because that's kind of part of my thing. I have a lot of struggle. I'm Zoe, I'm the struggle bus. Hop aboard hop along this struggle bus with me. Actually don't, I really don't want you to go through it, but as I'm struggling, I'm learning how to cope, and I'm learning how to manage my problems, and a lot of you guys can relate to some of my problems, and when I figure out something that works, I'm of course going to tell you guys so that you guys can try to use it and see if that makes you feel better. So yeah, so I'm still struggling with, actually implicating, if that's the right word, actually using these coping skills. They work, I know that they work for me, but sometimes it can be hard, in the moment, if I'm having a panic attack or an episode of some sort, it can be hard to remember to use coping skills in that moment, and that's something I'm still working on. But of course I will keep you guys updated, let you guys know things I've learned, things I will be learning, or things I've learned in therapy or groups or whatever it is, that I figure out how to do that, how to apply them. So like I said, of course I'll let you guys know as I learn, but this video, you can't do that next step before you actually have the coping skills that are options for you. So that's what this video is. So yeah, these are things that and even when I was filming this video, when I was filming the different, I was filming clips that go along with each skill, I was having fun with it, really, especially that dance party one, which I'll get to, but it was fun for me. It made me feel good. It was a little bit tiring, not gonna lie. I got some exercise in there, but exercise is healthy, which makes me feel better, endorphins, less insecure. There's just so many things that I will get into now. So yeah, this is a long rambling intro, but let's get into the actual content. Sorry, I just hit my tripod. And the first things first, make sure that no matter what techniques or habits you pick up or coping skills you use, make sure it's positive. That's as simple as that. Much easier said than done. But make sure they're things that you enjoy doing. Don't if you're trying to use a coping skill that you just don't enjoy, there's no point of doing it, because the point of doing it is to make you feel better, and if it's not making you feel better, then there's no point of doing it. So make sure they're things you actually enjoy. Yeah, it is good to step outside your comfort zone, obviously. That's very important. It's important to push yourself, but don't push yourself too far, because then you're going to be miserable. And baby steps. Take baby steps, one step at a time. That's another point I have on here, which I guess I'll just say right now. Take things one at a time. Again, much easier said than done, especially for me. I like to do everything all at once, and then I get really anxious, and then I don't get anything done, and it's not productive and it's not healthy. So just do your best to try to take one thing at a time. Breathe. First step. I actually have these in order. yeah, so make sure that you breathe. Sit, relax, be in Zen mode to the best of your abilities, or if you can't get yourself to that point on your own, try to get somebody else to say, insert name here. I'll use Zoe because that's my name. Zoe, calm down, breathe. Yeah, just sit down, be comfortable, and breathe. Close your eyes, breathe in through your nose for like 3 seconds and then out through your mouth for 3 seconds. It's been scientifically proven that helps not only release endorphins, which are happy hormones, as I learned in a health class, but it's just a really, really healthy thing. You need to stop. Anxiety causes things to go out of control in your mind and physically too. You gotta stop. Or if, like I said, if you can't get to that point on your own, get somebody else to like grab onto your shoulders and say stop. No aggression, please, no aggression. There's a difference between assertion and aggression. Assertion. Don't make fun of me. I'm brain dead today. I'm just kidding. Just calm down. And if you need help, get help to calm yourself down, because that's the first step, and that's a very important step. Stop and breathe. And then you can know, no, you don't know, that's why I'm telling you. You can like make yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea or whatever like drink you desire. Especially now that it's winter now, or it's not winter, it's fall, but it's getting colder out, making a nice warm drink and sipping that, having it go through your body and it gets all warm and it feels so nice. It's so calming. And obviously if caffeine is a trigger for your anxiety, don't have caffeine. I hope that's obvious, but I'm just gonna emphasize that because there's obviously decaf coffee and there's caffeine-free teas, and if caffeine's not good for your anxiety, don't consume it. But otherwise, in my opinion, a nice warm drink is very calming and warm and comfortable. Comfortable. And the next point I have a list that I made earlier today, so don't mind that. But like I said, take one thing at a time. Just stop, breathe, make yourself your nice warm drink, and what I suggest is making a list. If you're stressed out about all the different things you need to do, or there's all these different thoughts going on in your head, write them down, get them out. It will relieve so much like pressure and like buildup of feelings and thoughts and emotions and ideas, and just get them out. Even if it's not even anxiety, if you just have a lot of different ideas, you're like, and then you get stressed out because you're like, I'm gonna forget all these ideas. I have so many ideas, and because there's too many of them, I'm not gonna remember any of them. Get it out onto paper. Or you know what? I literally just thought of this right now. People have probably already thought of this, but I just thought of it right now and I thought I'd share it. Sometimes, obviously, it can take a little bit of time to write things down or type things. But if you want to just get it out really quickly and immediately, like, record yourself. You can open up the voice memos app. I have an iPhone. I don't know how it works on Android devices, but I pretty much guarantee that every device has some sort of recording thing, and you can record it. Just spill it all. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I didn't think of this while I was filming it. But you can also do what I do, not just record my voice, but I talk to my camera. I can't believe I didn't think of this while I was filming it, but I'm editing it right now and I'm like, wait, they could record their voice, but they could also record themselves on a camera, or, you know, that could be your phone camera or whatever kind of camera. But not only do you hear what I'm saying, but you can also see my facial expressions and all that stuff. So I highly recommend talking to your camera too, as a way to relieve some of those bottled up feelings and thoughts. So yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of that before. And if you want to write it down, which I would highly suggest after you did that, and after you've alleviated some of those built up feelings and thoughts, that you've got them out, and so you can feel a little bit of relief, and then you can listen to it when you're in a little bit more of a rational state of mind, and write it down. Write down your ideas. I just think that writing things is just so helpful. It's also been scientifically proven that when you're studying, that it will get into your brain more, like you'll remember it more. if you write it down as opposed to like typing it. I mean, typing it obviously is a good alternative if you can't write, but if you're just, or if like a teacher gives you a study guide, like a filled in answer key study guide, and you're studying it, there's less of a chance of you actually remembering it than if you wrote it down yourself. So that's just, that can be used for school or other things. If you want to just remember ideas, then it'll probably be stuck in your head more if you are able to write them down. And I just think writing is just it's such a positive, healthy coping skill to use. Writing down thoughts, feelings, and ideas, making lists. I always find that making lists is really helpful to alleviate stress and anxiety. If I'm stressed about that I have a lot of different things to do, then I will make a checklist of all the things I need to do, put them in order. I've said this in some of my school videos, but this can be applied to anything like chores or school or whatever it is. Write them down and put them in, and make sure to prioritize them. If there are due dates, what is due first should be top priority. And I always say this in my school videos too, but it can be applied to other things too. Take big, broad ideas or thoughts and divide them into smaller portions of it that will add up to that big, broad idea. So that will definitely alleviate some stress too, is kind of just try to divide those into parts and prioritize those, and just prioritizing things is very important, and writing things down and not letting those feelings be bottled up inside of you, because that's not healthy and that's not comfortable. And that's the point of this video, to come up with positive, healthy coping techniques. And this also goes along with the writing things down. Set yourself goals. Make sure they're realistic goals, but make sure you're setting yourself goals, because that will help to motivate you. Because when I get depressed, which this happens to a lot of people, I presume, motivation is a huge thing that you can. Some people get really motivated. Like I've been really motivated about videos lately. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take advantage of it and try to plan more videos. But I do get into stages where I'm completely unmotivated, I'm completely uninspired, I'm lethargic, I don't care, and I'm just depressed. And so that I can avoid staying stuck in there, when I am feeling inspired or motivated, or just okay, even if it's just okay, I want to set goals for myself and set realistic goals that are not going to, and another thing is that I practice what you preach, honey. Let go of that perfectionist mentality. I said that in my procrastination video I did almost a year ago. But yeah, perfectionism is definitely a setback. It holds me and a lot of other people back from pursuing their full potential and performing their best. Perfectionism is unrealistic. I know that it's much easier said than done. I know. Like I said, I'm taking you along on my journey with me, so I will let you know once I learn how to do that myself. But at least I am aware that perfectionism isn't realistic. I don't know how to let it go yet, but at least I'm aware, and that's the first step, is awareness. But yeah, set yourself realistic goals. It will keep you motivated, it will keep you inspired, and when I am feeling unmotivated and lethargic, I can look back at the goals that I set for myself and the lists and the journals. Like I said, I love journaling. Or diary entries too. Those always are really helpful with getting emotions and ideas out. And I can look back on those. And I can look back on those in the future too and see, like, look how far I've come. And that's always a good feeling. So yeah. Okay, so my next tip is to simply go for a walk. And I just love how pretty much all of these are free or like cost a couple dollars. Like I have, like, I'll get to in a minute, but I have like puzzles. Those aren't too expensive. But most of these are pretty free. I'm a cheap ass bitch, but something my dad does a lot, and he's inspired me to do it, and he's gone for walks with me, is we just like to go outside and go for a walk. Yeah, it's a little bit cold now, but I actually like the fall for going for walks. It just feels so good. It feels so good to get outside, get fresh air, get exercise, those endorphins, like be in nature, and just like, it's just such a healthy, positive coping skill. Just throw on Bundle yourself up if it's chilly. Go outside, go for a walk. Go with someone if you want to. There are some times where some people just want to be alone, and that's good for them. But if you don't want to be alone, if you need to talk to somebody, try to get someone to go for a walk with you and you guys can walk and talk. My dad and I have done that so many times, and it really does help. It really does help. Trust me. And I don't lie, you guys. You guys know I am no freaking liar. So yeah, and along with that is just exercising. Whether you want to go to a class or a club or work with someone else, or what I work out by myself in my room. I don't do it too vigorously, but I want to get some in for those endorphins to relieve anxiety and stress and become less depressed. So I have my Apple TV and I look on YouTube, or I find stuff on the internet or whatever, and I'll put in my headphones and I'll work out, and it really does help. It is such a positive, helpful and healthy is what I was going for, coping skill. So I highly recommend exercising. And those endorphins, man, they're just really freaking good for you, physically and mentally. So exercise, along with eating healthy and drinking lots of water and getting enough sleep, are all very important to your overall health. And while you are doing that exercise, listen to some music. Listening to music is such a good, healthy, positive coping skill. I highly suggest listening to some music. If you're really depressed, I personally wouldn't suggest listening to depressing music because it makes me feel more depressed. That might be different for you, I don't know. But for me, listening to depressing dark music when I'm depressed makes it worse. Not that I don't love dark music sometimes, because I do, because I relate to it. But when I am really at a low, then I wouldn't suggest it. But listening to uplifting or like inspirational or just like music that is what you like to listen to, things that will make you feel better. It's like you can get lost in the story. Songs are poems, and it's art, and if it's a good song, the lyrics are something you can get lost in, and you can get lost in the story. And this also goes with my next point. You can watch TV shows or YouTube videos or Netflix or movies or whatever you want to watch, because like I said, I like to get lost in that story, and I like to, if I'm like feeling really bad about like my life and I've had a bad day, or just like I have so many thoughts that I don't want to think about, then I can get distracted. Distraction can be healthy sometimes if you're there's a difference between distraction and like avoidance. You can't avoid certain situations, like that's not healthy, but I think you guys are smart enough to differentiate between things that need to be addressed in that immediate moment and when you need to distract yourself because you're so overwhelmed or depressed or stressed. But when you need a distraction, and all these things are good distractions from those negative, distorted thoughts. To watch movies, watch TV shows, watch videos, listening to music, it's all very, very healthy ways of distracting yourself, and they're enjoyable. If they're good, then they're enjoyable, and if you like it, then they're enjoyable, and you want to enjoy yourself, right? Because that is healthy. Joy is healthy. And then after you do that exercise, after you jam out to that music and have a freaking dance party like I did, then you'll be ready for a shower. Yeah, taking showers and baths are just also very healthy coping skills. You can just let the water hit you in the shower, or sit in the nice warm tub if that's what you like. If you like ice baths, you do you, boo. But yeah, you'll feel nice and refreshed and clean, and it's just a really healthy thing for your hygiene, obviously, and your mental state and clarity. And also you can do things like puzzles and word games, coloring, art, painting, drawing, whatever, like things like that. Those are all really good distractions and ways to specifically art is a way to get those feelings out. Obviously writing is a form of art, so that goes with one of my earlier points. But yeah, there are so many like adult coloring books that are made for like anxiety and stress, and because it's been like proven that coloring helps with that. And I like to, when I was in the hospital, my parents brought me, because I didn't really have much access to technology, they brought me some workbooks with these anti-stress puzzles, and I would do those, and like just a variety of different kinds of puzzles like that. They brought me Mad Libs, which was really fun, and just stuff like that. That's always really fun. And just games in general, if you want to do it by yourself, play with other people, you know, board games or card games or anything like that, or drawing, painting, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is really good and healthy for you and your mental state. Okay, this video is getting really long. I still have some other points, but if you guys want more, let me know. But for this video, I think I'm gonna wrap it up with just saying, talk to someone. That is one of the healthiest things you can do. If, like I said, if you don't have anyone, I didn't say that. Why did I say like I said? I do that all the time. If you don't have someone you trust, and make sure it is someone you trust, or just tell it to anyone, then write it down, or both. But I think that talking it out, getting some feedback, getting another perspective, getting their opinions and takeaways and suggestions, that can all be crucial, extremely beyond beneficial, essential, essentially. Yeah, talk it out with someone that you trust. That is always a very important, healthy thing to do. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video with that. Just overall, do things that you enjoy and do things that are healthy and positive and will actually make you feel better, not feel a sense of relief for 2 seconds. Things that will be sustainable and healthy. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, and share this video and my channel to those you think might be interested, and leave me comments down below. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Love you. Bye.